Hello, everybody. Welcome back. We are going to be getting into our last concept of place value today, which is called expanded form. Before that, we're going to do a quick review, though, of everything we've learned up until this point, because all of this stuff is going to be on your test. And I would suggest that you take your test at the very end of the week after you have reviewed, gone over everything, completed all other assignments, because that does count for a test grade. And that is due Sunday, and I would recommend taking it probably Friday, Saturday, or Sunday, somewhere in that time, because if you're coming to school, you definitely want to make sure that you are getting everything in school, all of those lessons before you take that test. So here we go. We're beginning to Hello, everybody. Welcome back. We are going to be completing our final lesson in our place value unit today. I am so excited to be teaching to you about expanded form. Expanded form is our last form. We're going to do some quick review before we get going. And of course, I have my handy dandy microphone to ask you questions with. The first thing we're going to review is our places. As always, we have our smallest place, which is the... If you said ones place, you're correct. And then after the ones, we have the... If you said tens, you are correct. After the tens place, we have the... If you said hundreds, you are correct. Then we have the little tiny thing that separates the hundreds from the thousands. What is that called? If you said comma, you are correct. Oh, I already clicked. And then we have the thousands place. That's okay, I spoiled that one for you anyway. Everything after the comma has the word thousands in it, and the pattern starts over. Ones, tens, hundreds, thousands. What comes next? 10,000s is correct. And then our final place that we learn about in third grade, the biggest place value is 100,000s. As always, our number is only going to have one comma in it. If it has two commas in it, then that number is way too big for third grade, because that means you've gone into the millions. If you see any answers, hint, hint, with two commas in it, you know that is automatically not correct, because we only go up to 100,000s. Let's begin. What are all of our single digits? All the single digits, all the single digits, all the single digits. Now put your hands up. And I know that joke is old, but that's how I remember things. So single digit, they start with the what? What number do we start with? It's not 1, it's smaller than that. If you said 0, you are correct. Now we're going to go all the way up, and we're going to stop at 9. Here we go. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Very good. We have 10 digits total, but the number 10 is not one of them, because that is a 2-digit number. So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 are our digits, and they can only live in one place at a time. The next thing we're going to go over is standard form. Standard form is just the... If you said regular number, you are correct. Standard form is the regular number. Say that with me. Standard form is the regular number. Let's try the whole thing. Standard form is the regular number. Excellent job. Then we have base 10 form, and that is with the what word is that? The blocks. Good. Base 10 form is when we model a number with blocks. So here we have the number 2,351 written in standard form, and we have it shown over here with base 10. Everybody say base 10. Base 10 is with blocks. Say that with me. Base 10 is with blocks. Excellent job. Base 10 blocks. We have a ones block, a 5 tens blocks, 3 hundreds blocks, and 2 thousands blocks. Next, we learned about word form. Word form is writing the number exactly how you say it. We break it up at the comma, karate chop it. That's what we did earlier this week, and this is also going to be on your test on Friday, so make sure that you are well prepared for that. The comma lets us know that that says thousands. Everything before that we say first and write it down. So the number 14, we write down 14. Then when we get to the comma says what? Thousands. Good. 14,000, comma. And then we say everything after that. This number here is 639. So I wrote down 639. And we have that whole big thing. The last and final form is what is called expanded form. Expanded form is super cool, because this is when you add the value of all the digits in a number together. Now, At the very first lesson, we talked about the two words, place and value. Place is where the number lives. Hint, hint. Place is where the number lives. You're going to see that again. Value is how much it's worth. So that is what's coming into play today. How much are these numbers worth? It all depends on where they live. So for example, we start with the biggest place, and you also need to know your places for this. Ones, tens, hundreds, thousands. We know that 2 here is in the thousands place, so it's really worth 2,000. Notice that to find the worth of a number, you just drop the 2, put the comma there, and then change all of these leftover digits to zeros. Okay? So 2 is really worth 2,000. Then we're going to put a plus sign because we're adding them all together. Then we're going to go to our 4. Our 4 is not in the thousands place, it's in the hundreds place, so it's worth 400. Notice that if you dropped the 4 down and changed the 5 and the 3 to zeros, it would have 2 zeros after that. How many digits after that number are how many zeros you're going to add? So 5 is in the tens place, so really instead of 5, it's worth 50. We would change that 3 to a 0, and then everything in the ones place just stays that number because that's the last place, and it's only worth 3. It's worth 3 ones. So 3 ones, 5 tens, 4 hundreds, 2 thousands. And this is kind of the same idea with our blocks. We had 3 ones blocks, 5 tens blocks, 4 hundreds blocks, 2 thousands blocks. So that is expanded form. There is an easy way, though, and I love this method. It's called the pizza method. This is the easiest way to do expanded form. You write your number at the top, and instead of just writing out 2,000 plus 600 plus 400 plus 60 plus 7 out to the side, this is what you do. You start with the 2 and you drop it straight down, and then you change the 4 to a 0, the 6 to a 0, and the 7 to a 0 to get 2,000. And add a plus sign. Don't forget that plus sign, it's important. Then you drop the 4 down. Notice that it's going in every time like a pizza because the places are getting smaller every time. And then you change the 6 to a 0 and the 7 to a 0. Then you drop the 6 straight down, and you change the 7 to a 0, and then we drop the 7 straight down. It does not get a 0 because it's in the ones place. I found that this is the easiest way to do expanded form. So you're going to want to grab a piece of paper and a pencil for this lesson as well, because we are going to be practicing expanded form, and you're going to need a way to do that on your paper. I would recommend, like I've done here, write the number at the top, draw a line underneath it, drop that digit, and then add zeros for all the other digits. We'll practice together and we'll go slow. Here we go. For this number, we have a 4-digit number. So write your number, 5,637, just like this in standard form, at the top of your paper. You're going to want to maybe draw a line underneath it, and you're going to drop the 5 down first, bring the comma down, and change the 6 and the 3 and the 7 to zeros. Because really that 5 is not worth 5. It's worth 5,000. Yes. Then we're going to drop the 6 down because that 6 is not really worth 6. It's worth, what place is it in? Change the 3 and the 7 to zeros. 600. 5,000 plus 600 plus 3 tens, which how would we say that? 10, 20, 30. Plus 30, because the 7 would change to a 0, then plus 7. That's exactly what it would look like here. 5,600 plus 30 plus 7. And I also wrote it down in words down there just to kind of give you an idea. 5,000, 600, 3 tens, 7 ones. That gives you an idea of the places. Now, 4-digit numbers are not super hard, but it gets harder when we get into 10,000s and 100,000s because we get a lot of zeros. So you really have to pay attention, okay? Let's look at this number here. 34,890. We're going to drop the 3 down first. And how many zeros is this 3 going to get after it? Well, we have 1, 2, 3, 4 digits after that. So it's going to get 1, 2, 3, 4 zeros, meaning that the 3 is really worth 30,000. So you're going to drop the 3 down, add a 0, a comma, change the 8 to a 0, change the 9 to a 0, change the 0 to a 0. 30,000. Do a plus sign out to the side. Like I said, I would be doing the pizza method for this. Then I'm going to drop my 4 straight down, and I'm going to put a comma, and I'm going to change these 3, because I've got 3 places left. I've already done my 3. I don't have to worry about him anymore. I've got three places left. I'm going to change those all to zeros. So this 4 is really worth 4,000, 4,000. Then I'm going to do plus, drop your 8 down, change these two both to zeros. The 8 is worth 800 because it's in the hundreds place. Drop the 9 down. The 9's really not worth 9. It's worth 9 tens, which is 90. Good. Plus 90. And then we have a 0. Do I need to put plus 0 here? What do you think? No, we don't need to put plus 0 because if we do plus 0, that's not going to add or take away anything. So we can just kind of leave it at plus 90. So the answer for this would be 30,000 plus 4,000 plus 800 plus 90 because we have a 0 in the ones. So I actually put the words down here, and it says 3 10,000s plus 4,000s plus 800s plus 9 tens plus 0 ones. There's no point in putting plus 0 because there are no ones to add to that. Okay? Now, this is where you need to pay close attention to because we have a 6-digit number here, and not only is it a 6-digit number, but it has zeros in it as well. The first thing you're going to want to do is pause this video and write this number down at the top of a paper where you have plenty of room to stretch out the value and stretch out the number. The word expanded actually means to stretch something out like a rubber band, okay? You're taking that little rubber band and you're stretching it out to show all of the values of the numbers. That's what we're doing here. We're taking this number, stretching it out, and adding all the values of the digits together. So this 1 here is not worth 1. It's in the 100,000s place, so we're going to drop the 1 down. Then we're going to count how many zeros it's going to get. All the numbers after it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it's going to get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 zeros. And you're going to want to drop the comma straight down. Remember, 1, 2, 3, comma. 1, 2, 3, comma. So this 1 is really worth 100,000. Plus, now, do I need to drop my zeros down? No, not at all. We can actually go ahead and just kind of skip over to the 8. And we're going to do plus 8. But what is that 8 really worth? How many numbers come after it? 2. So it's got to get 1, 2 zeros plus 800. Then we're going to do plus 2, and the 9 is going to change to a 0. So plus 20, and then plus 9. So it's going to look like this. 100,000 plus 800 plus 20 plus 9. There was no need for us to put 100,000 plus 0,0,0,0,0 for 10,000s plus 0,0,0,0,0 for thousands. There's no point in that because if you add 0 to a number, it doesn't change that number. So we're just going to go and add the value of the digits that are actual numbers, okay? So we've got 100,000 plus 800 plus 20 plus 9. All right, this is where it gets fun because we've got a really big number here. If you need to pause the video, write this number at the top of your page so you can do your pizza method. And this is where you're going to drop the 3 down, and you're going to change the 7 to a 0, the 5 to a 0, the 8 to a 0, the 2 to a 0, and the 9 to the 0. So after the 3, you're going to write down 3 here, and you're going to add 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 zeros because that 3 is actually worth 300,000. Oh my goodness, that's a huge number. So 300,000, do a plus sign. Now we're going to drop the 7 down. You drop it straight down, 7, and we're going to change the 5, the 8, the 2, and the 9 to zeros. So how many zeros is going to come after the 7? 1, 2, 3, 4. Good. So it's worth not 7,000, but 70,000. So we've got 300,000 plus 70,000 plus, now we're going to drop the 5 down. How much is that 5 worth? Change the 8, the 2, and the 9 to zeros. 1, 2, 3 zeros, 5,000. Plus, drop your 8 down, 800, plus 20, plus 9. This is what that looks like. It's a lot. We stretched this number way out because it has 6 digits and no zeros in the main number. So look at how much all of these numbers are actually worth. If you notice something, guys, every place that you go down, the number of zeros goes down as well. Okay, so 300,000 has 5 zeros, 70,000 has 4 zeros, 5,000 has 3, 800 has 2, 20 has 1, and 9 has none because it's in the ones place. Last one together. Here we go. Go ahead and pause it if you need to. But this one has a 0 in it, and I did this because this can be a little tricky sometimes, and I want us to see if we can do it. All right? So you're going to drop the 9 down, and you're going to add how many zeros? If you said 5 zeros after it, you are correct. You're going to change the 7 to a 0, the 8 to a 0, the 3 to the 0, the 0 to the 0, and the 3 to the 0. Drop your comma down. It's worth 900,000 plus drop your 7 down. The 7 is really worth 70,000. Drop your 8 down. The 8's really worth 8,000. The 3 is really worth 300. You don't need to do anything with this 0, so we're just going to not do anything for the 10s, and then we're going to do plus 3 1s. So your answer is going to look like this: 900,000 plus 70,000 plus 8,000 plus 300 plus 3. And that is expanded form. You can do it this way. I have found that the pizza method is the easiest way for me personally, and I might add another video on the pizza method specifically showing you guys how to do that, because I would really like for you to understand how to do that, and it's hard for me to convey that to you without me showing it to you. So I might add a second video for that about the pizza method. But for today, good luck practicing, and I hope that you guys have enjoyed learning about place value. And if you have any questions, you can email, call, or reach out to me in any way, and I would be more than happy to help you guys. Have a great day.